Addressing the world via a video link to the European Parliament in Brussels, the unexpected figurehead of the Belarusian opposition, who fled to Lithuania, says she represents the majority and believes a peaceful revolution is underway.
It is neither an anti-European Union nor pro-European Union revolution. It is a democratic revolution. It is the striving of the nation to decide for itself.
The Parliament's Foreign Affairs Committee echoed her call for the Belarus government to release protesters and political activists detained since this month's presidential election, won fraudulently, they say, by Alexander Lukashenko.
During the electoral campaign, the people of Belarus have demonstrated their desire for democratic change. The authorities responded with repression and arrests of potential candidates and political activists, many of whom remain in prison.
But that's not keeping people off the streets. The latest gathering on Tuesday came in response to a call to mark the anniversary of Belarus declaring full independence from the Soviet Union in 1991. At the same time, the crackdown continues against the National Coordination Council, set up by the opposition to negotiate a transitional period with the Lukashenko government. As two prominent members were jailed for 10 days, another, who's the only former senior official sitting on the council, arrived for questioning.
They're sending demotivation. They don't want for us to be active in our line to have a dialogue between society and the government authorities. So it's demotivation.
A day after meeting Svetlana Tikhanovskaya, US Deputy Secretary of State Stephen Biegun was in Moscow for talks with Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov. Afterwards, Lavrov told Russian television the US was eager for external players to enable dialogue between the authorities and opposition in Belarus.
We answered that we support such an approach, but we don't believe it's possible to impose mediators on the Belarus authorities and Belarus people from outside.
So there's no sign the authorities in Minsk are feeling pressured from outside to reach out to the opposition. But neither is there any sign the anti-Lukashenko movement is ready to capitulate on its demands. Nadeem Barber, Al Jazeera.
Well, let's find out now about the situation in Belarus and speak to Alexandra Stoyanovich-Godfrey, who's a Moscow-based journalist joining us now live on the NewsHour. Alexandra, we are again seeing huge crowds on the streets of Minsk. The opposition activists don't seem to be scared. They seem undeterred by the arrests and threats. Tell us first about what has been happening in Minsk today and how is the Russian government reacting to all of this?
Yes, indeed, Polly. They are not afraid. They're showing they're not going to be threatened or intimidated. There was a huge crowd that gathered in Minsk. There were also gatherings in other towns of Belarus. At the same time, there was a pro-Lukashenko meeting organized a couple of kilometers away, where also people gathered to support him and to warn the rest of the country that Belarus is doomed if he goes. That's a quite opposite message coming from the opposition rallies, that it is doomed if he stays. So, and they gathered despite that two of the members of the Coordination Council got 10 days jail sentence today for organizing similar rallies. The three other members are to be questioned in connection of criminal case of creating the Constitutional Council, which was deemed unconstitutional today by the Constitutional Court. Also, the appeal to the Supreme Court has been dismissed, appeal filed by Tikhanovskaya to view the results of the disputed elections earlier this month. Army stepped in to support Lukashenko openly, saying they're going to protect the order and defend Belarus from its eternal enemies. Now, this Constitutional Council has been created in order to ensure a transmission of power, in order the dialogue to be possible. But here in Russia, Russian Minister of Foreign Affairs, Sergei Lavrov, was expressing doubt whether it is the Coordination Council that should be talking with the authorities, or rather authorities with this council, saying it's not clear how it was created. And he also said that they are managed from the West. So he also suggested that they should accept the hand of Lukashenko in the form of this proposed constitutional reforms, which for sure would buy Lukashenko more time to reorganize. So Russia's message is, yes, there should be a broad national dialogue, but somehow we don't see that it should actually involve this organ that was created in order to facilitate that dialogue, in order this, as Svetlana Tikhanovskaya called them, peaceful revolution, to indeed turn into a peaceful transition of power.
Thank you so much for that, Alexandra Stoyanovich-Godfrey, live for us there in Moscow.